I love you, Allah.
And there is something beautiful about this month as well, something very special. The Prophet ﷺ says that in the middle night of Sha'ban, middle day in Sha'ban, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives all of His creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يغفر الله عز وجل لجميع خلقه إلا كافر أو مشاحن, except for those who disbelieve and those who have hatred and grudges and enmity among themselves. This is why the Muslims from the early days, they had a habit that before when Sha'ban comes, they make sure they have no state of enmity, no state of disagreement, without not having anyone who's cut off from you as a Muslim, making amends for any kind of broken relationship in your life, in your family, or among your Muslim brothers and sisters. Fix it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would say, when He finds in the middle night of Sha'ban, when there are two Muslims who are fighting or have a fight or disagreement or misunderstanding among themselves where they cut themselves or each other off, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, leave them, and they would not be included in that general forgiveness. This is such a great gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that on that night He would forgive for everyone who believes in Him. He would forgive everyone. So this is such a powerful night. Yet, although this night is extremely powerful and special, there is no special act of worship that has to do with it. There is no special prayer that was reported from the Prophet ﷺ. There's no qiyam al-layl during that night. There's nothing special. There's no fasting of that day. Nothing. Unless you do your habitual thing and it happens to fall on the 15th, on the middle of Sha'ban, fine. But for people to start gathering in the masjid or doing that alone, individually, to start to pray that night, what they call Shabi Barat, or it has other names as well, this is not from the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu said, اقتصاد في سنة خير من اجتهاد في بدعة. He said, doing very little but upon the sunnah and the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is better than doing a lot but not in line with the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is bid'ah. That's the opposite of the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the best way to deal with the middle night of Sha'ban is to make sure you have no issues with other Muslims. You don't have anyone cut off. And if there is any, you fix it before the middle night of Sha'ban. Apart from this, there's nothing special. If it happens, as I said, it falls on a day you usually fast, it's Monday probably, and you fast Monday, fine, fast it. But don't do it specifically for that night or for that day. The same with the Qiyam al-Layl. If you, generally speaking, pray at night, every night, and you prayed that night, keeping your routine, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you pray specifically for that night, that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is.